Egypt has announced the delivery of a significant shipment of medical and humanitarian aid to Lebanon, which has arrived at Rafiq al-Hariri International Airport in Beirut. This initiative is part of Egypt's continued support for the Lebanese people amid ongoing challenges. The Egyptian ambassador in Beirut, who received the shipment, emphasized the appreciation of the Lebanese people for the directives from Egypt's president. In commemoration of the 51st anniversary of the 6th of October War, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi laid wreaths at the tombs of former presidents Anwar Sadat and Gamal Abdel Nasser, as well as at the Unknown Soldier Memorial in Nasser city. Military bands performed the martyrs' salute in honor of the fallen. President el-Sisi also greeted the families of the late presidents, veterans of the October War, senior armed forces officials, and top state leaders. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan have announced a $35 billion development plan for the city of Ras Al Hikmah on Egypt's northwestern coast. During the announcement, the two leaders received a visual overview of the project, outlining its objectives and highlighting its significant economic and touristic potential. Abu Dhabi-based investment and holding company ADQ has appointed Modern Holding PSC as the master development for the Ras Al Hikmah mega project, which will cover 170 million square meters along Egypt's northwestern coastline. Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati and his French counterpart Jean-Noël Barrot have discussed the latest developments in Lebanon and the surrounding region, emphasizing the urgent need for immediate de-escalation. Both ministers highlighted the importance of implementing Security Council Resolution 1701 and stressed the necessity for the international community to facilitate a prompt and lasting ceasefire in both Lebanon and Gaza. Egypt and Saudi Arabia have discussed boosting cooperation in the field of civil aviation. Egyptian Minister of Civil Aviation Sameh Al-Hifni, Saudi State Minister and Cabinet Member Assam bin Saad bin Saeed, and the head of the General Authority for Civil Aviation have discussed a number of issues of mutual interest between the Egyptian Civil Aviation Authority and the Saudi General Authority of Civil Aviation to support further cooperation. Egypt and Kenya have discussed ways to enhance bilateral relations. Egyptian ambassador to Nairobi, Wael Nasreddin Atiyah, and Kenya's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, discussed strengthening cooperation with Kenya, particularly in the fields of agriculture, water resources, irrigation, infrastructure, sports, and capacity building. Minister of Communications and Information Technology Amr Talat and the UN Secretary General's envoy on technology Amandeep Singh Gill have discussed joint cooperation in the field of ICT. Held on the sidelines of the first Global Digital Public Infrastructure Summit, the meeting has affirmed that the priorities of Egypt's digital strategy are consistent with those of the UN. The minister and envoy have discussed the most significant global developments and future trends in digital infrastructure. The Egyptian embassy in Lebanon has announced it has arranged a special flight for Egyptians residing in Lebanon who wish to return home. Citizens requiring temporary travel documents are urged to begin the process in preparation for the upcoming flights. The embassy also encouraged those who have not yet registered and wish to return to do so as soon as possible. The permanent representatives of the Arab group met with the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk. The permanent representatives affirmed their full condemnation of the Israeli aggression on Lebanon, which resulted in a large number of victims, in addition to an unprecedented internal displacement crisis. They stressed the need to implement Security Council Resolution 1701 and to comply. comply with the provisions of international humanitarian law.
「
international humanitarian law. Egypt will officially transition to winter time on Thursday, October the 31st, 2024, by turning clocks back by 60 minutes. This change, approved by the Egyptian government under Law number 24 for 2023, aims to enhance energy consumption and make the most of limited daylight hours during the winter months. The Egyptian Ministry of Education and Technical Education has announced the establishment of several schools in Sinai and the Canal cities. In a statement, the ministry revealed that the 8 Egyptian Japanese schools have been set up in these regions, including 2 in South Sinai, 1 in North Sinai, 2 in Suez, 1 in Ismailia, and 2 in Port Said. Additionally, 6 applied technology schools have been established, 3 in Port Said Governorate, 1 in Suez Governorate, 1 in South Sinai, and 1 in Ismailia.